In this video, we're going to see how static server rendering works in Blazor in .NET 8. In static server rendering, the browser sends a request to the server. On the server, the request is routed to a Razor component. The Razor component then executes on the server to produce HTML, and that HTML is added to the response and sent back to the client browser. The browser then displays the UI. Let's see how this works in action. Now, for this demo, I have opened the Blazor new features solution that I created in the last video. And I want to remove any kind of interactivity for this demo. So go to the program.cs class file and remove the call to add interactive server components here, and scroll down and remove the call to add interactive server render mode as well. Now expand the components folder and double click app.razor, and below the routes component we'll find the Blazor web app script, which is blazor.web.js. Now I would like to turn off any progressive enhancements such as enhanced navigation and form handling and streaming rendering. So comment this script out by selecting it and pressing Ctrl-K, Ctrl-C. Now expand the pages folder and go to the counter component, and let's turn off interactivity for this component by removing this Razor directive here. And also go to the weather component and turn off streaming rendering by removing this attribute here. Now let's run the app. Let's open Developer Tools, right click the page, click Inspect, and go to the Network tab and make sure all is selected here, and reload the page and click the counter menu item. We see the counter page with the button here, and on the right hand side we see the full response coming from the server. If we click the WS tab, we see there is no WebSocket connection that is being initiated by the Blazor web app script or blazor.web.js. This means that there is no interactive server rendering using Blazor server. By the way, these two connections are initiated by the browser refresh and browser link scripts, and not by the Blazor web app script or blazor.web.js, which is responsible for establishing a SignalR connection for interactive server rendering. And if we click the WASM tab, we can see there are no assemblies being downloaded either. This means that there is no interactivity via interactive client rendering using Blazor WebAssembly. And since there is no interactivity, if we click the button on the counter page, we see nothing happens. This is because the application is just using static server rendering with no interactivity either on the server or on the client. Next, we'll progressively enhance the experience by adding support for enhanced navigation and form handling.